Okay, guys, what is going on? I'm still trying to get myself emotionally back together again. I just got home from the movie. We left at like 4:30. We just got home now. It is 10:27. We were there like 2 hours before it started. We wanted good seats. It was sold out. We were in the first viewing of the East Coast. We're one of the first couple. I don't know how many thousands of theaters I got to see it first. But it was amazing. I want to get as early as we can, even though it's supposed to come out on December 18th to December 17th. I guess that's what they do. So if you guys do want to stay tuned to the live show, I'm gonna let you guys know right now. There's gonna be a ton of spoilers. I'm gonna be talking about everything. I'm gonna be asking questions in the comments. So if you guys already posted in the script on the comment or in the title, yeah, this is gonna be very, very a lot of spoils going on, and it was fantastic, amazing. I don't know sure how many more words I could add on, but it was pretty damn amazing, and I can't wait to go see it again. If you watch I have a video I just uploaded maybe a couple minutes ago. I can't talk. Still trying to get myself to get together. But the crowd's reaction to when it first started, and then the scroll comes down right in the beginning of the movie. So definitely gotta recommend checking out that video. It was pretty awesome. I'll have it somewhere in the description. But like I said, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of spoilers, so get ready for that. So, okay, and making sure everything's running correctly. Gotta post this on Twitter. I do have an Instagram now, guys. It's mostly for the movie, though. I'm actually having a web series coming out in the summertime. Now it'll probably be up top in the corner. It should be. That's where I put it. I wonder if it's still there. I'm checking to make sure it's there. So that's a trailer to that, or a promo, not really a trailer, because we only got one episode filmed. So that's gonna take some time. Well, I see myself. I had to turn the light on because it was really, really dark without it. Okay, just making sure everything's running right, guys. Hold on. So make sure you share this with your friends too. Make sure they've seen the movie first, so I don't spoil it for anybody. That's really hard now. Most of my friends haven't seen it yet. I'm trying to keep my mouth shut. It's very hard. All I did is type. I typed to Zach and my cousin. I put OMG, what a movie. That's all I said. I didn't say anything else. That was real much the first thing that came to my mind. But wow. All I'm going to say, from beginning to end, incredible. So I'm going to make sure things running. I'm going to post it on Twitter. If you want here, then I will begin. Dun, dun, dun. Let's check the chat. So if you guys have any questions, ask me too. Feel free to ask. There's a lot of good jokes. I'm gonna try to find it if everyone has jokes written down. But we really did have good seats, though. I'm gonna post an individual video probably after this one. I'm behind on posting videos, so I will be doing that. You guys will see what's like in the movies. So far, it made 9.3 million opening night. That's smashing the last previous record of 7.09 million, which was Harry Potter. So it was I keep saying amazing. I'm gonna lose my mind. The worst thing is I should never drink iced tea before the beginning of the movie. So I had to get up. I tried to find a calm spot to get it. I literally ran out of here as fast as I can, and I ran back. I took the fastest pee break I've ever taken in my life. Of course I had to pee during Star Wars. Of course. But I tried going in between the part where they're planning the attack on the planet to destroy the new universe system, whatever the hell you call it, that blows up multiple planets. But a lot. I feel bad. Poor oh my god, what's it called? Alderaan. It was not the it was New Hope. It was only one planet blew up, and this one, like 7 or 8 planets blew up. It shows the thing coming down, the red beam of thing that takes the sun's energy, and then it blows a whole like 15, I don't know how many, 7 or 8 planets up. So a lot of people got wiped out. I mean, probably a couple, maybe 100 billion people got killed in the movie. Not when it blew up, but like 7 or 8. But that's insane. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, ask me. Okay, let's get started here. Opens up. They're on a planet. Poe is talking to BB-8. He has the missing part of the map where Luke Skywalker is, because the First Order has the rest of it, and then also going towards the end, the Resistance has the same part. So they're trying to find out one missing piece to find Luke, and they get attacked. Oh geez, my phone's going off. You see the First Order coming in and just wipes everybody out. They have everybody captured. Poe tries getting away. His X-wing gets damaged where he can't take off. BB-8 goes on his way into the desert. Eventually will find Rey. And Poe gets captured. Then they bring everybody in, and that's where you see Finn. Finn's the stormtrooper, and I guess one of his friends died. He has a blood on his helmet, as you see in the first part of the one. I think one of the trailers. There's a blood hand mark on his helmet. And that's from that scene. So that's the opening scene. And then they have a big group of people, and then they execute everybody. Everyone dies pretty much, except the only people that survive is Poe. They take him captive, to be interrogated, and BB-8 survives. So everyone else has got massacred. So that's how that started. Then they go Jakku, and as you see on the third trailer, Rey swinging down from the old battleship destroyer, recovering parts, and I guess she sells them for money or food or something like that. It shows her later on is in the AT-AT Walker. That's where she lives. She has like some kind of she gets these packets. I guess it's food. She pours in this kind of water, and it turns into like, I don't know, it looks like some kind of cake. And that's where BB-8 comes along. She's outside, and BB-8 comes along, and that's where they met. And then they said BB-8 said it was top secret when they asked questions. And then she goes back to, I guess, some kind of marketplace, and eventually runs into Finn. She's originally getting attacked by some like pirates that tried taking big BB-8. I'm just going off the top of my head, guys. I'm just still trying to get everything together. And then she thinks like Finn's gonna attack her, so she whacks him in the face with the sword or her staff. And then they apologize, and they go. Then they're getting attacked, but then the First Order comes down. They realize where they landed. The First Order sends their troops down, blows that whole place up. Everything blows up. But the first like half hour of the movie, all you see is everything blowing up. Then they go to Millennium Falcon, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. Is Han Solo must have got rid of it or something. They got stolen off him. So they fly. They're bouncing off the desert. I don't know how this thing didn't rip apart. They're bouncing off. You name it, they bounced off. They bounced off the walls of the destroyer starship. They bounced off the desert, hitting into stuff. I don't know how this thing even made it. So now they're in space, and then Chewbacca and Han Solo, they have their own kind of little ship, and they suck it in. They saw the First Order at first, but it was them, and then you see them getting in. They're about to attack them, and then as you see in the end of the second trailer, like, Chewie, we're home. That's where that part comes in, and then they meet up there, and then some kind of like pirates, like someone's Han Solo made a deal with two different people, and then it was a funny joke was thrown out there, and then they try to save him because they're about to kill him. So they press the wrong button, and these octopus thingies come out and just attack, just like wipe everybody out. So those sides get killed. Well, most of them do. Some survive, and they're attacking. And then Finn gets hit by the octopus and gets sucked in. And then Rey shuts the door and cuts the tentacles off. So that's how they free him. And they all go back in the Millennium Falcon. They're still getting attacked by the people that are left. Both sides are attacking Han Solo and them. And also the whole time trying to find the BB-8 droid too, because I guess they have partnership with the First Order. And then so they're going to Millennium Falcon, like good old times. They're flying it. Chewbacca gets shot on his way getting to the ship, so they help him, and Finn had to help him in. And they're having a good old time trying to get Chewie bandaged up, kept choking Finn like 7 or 8 times. It was hilarious. And there's a lot of funny scenes in this. I loved it. It was serious, and then sometimes it was kind of funny. But it was great. So they're flying at good old times, and I'm trying to think what happens after. Oh, I think they interrogate Poe. He uses the Force. I don't know what do you call it, like green minds, like the same kind of thing you can use. To So he does that, interrogates him, so he gets all the information of where BB-8 is, or where he's going. So eventually they fly to this place. They meet this I forget what the name, Maz Kanata, and she's been there for 1,000 years. So she's older than Yoda. So she was around the same time Yoda was. So I guess she kind of is the Millennium Falcon. Hashtag Millennium Falcon. So she's kind of the Yoda of the series, I guess you could say. So they were talking to her, and then Rey heard something, like I don't know, the baby crying. So she follows the voice down the stairs. It kind of looked like Jabba's house, kind of like the stairs. At least that's how I thought of it. And then, if she opens the box, it's Luke's old lightsaber from Empire Strikes Back, and when he fought Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. So that's pretty crazy how, all the way back then, the lightsaber's still around, even though it fell off Sky City. Or Sky City. Cloud City. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. So the lightsaber's still alive, and Maz Kanata has it, and it's been locked away for a while, but she touches it, she gets this weird, this crazy vision of her parents flying away when she was younger, they getting attacked in the woods, which ends up happening later on, the very last scene, or one of the last scenes. That was crazy. I just can't believe Luke's Skywalker's lightsaber's back, which I'll get into that. That could definitely continue a lot. So originally she takes it and runs off into the woods. Maz Kanata was Han and Finn, and they're they're just starting to get attacked. The First Order finds them and starts attacking, and then Finn has the lightsaber. It's like Maul, the Stormtrooper now has this like special sword that can deal with lightsabers. They were going at with the lightsabers. That was pretty awesome, and then eventually gets shot because it was like Finn was about to die. Finn was not looking too good in that fight, and then eventually he gets shot by the First Order trooper. Gets shot by Han Solo, and they capture, and they're in the raids in the woods with BB-8. BB-8 just keeps going, running away, and then what's his name? I forget his name. Okay, raids in the woods getting attacked, and then Kylo Ren that's his name. So I'm sorry, I'm still trying to keep everything happen. Mistakes happen. Thank you. I'm just trying to process everything that just happened. I just saw. So then they fight. She's shooting at him, not working out too well. And she gets like some kind of like frozen. She can't move. There's always kind of new, I guess, bending abilities. Well, not bending abilities, force abilities that is happening now. So that's what's going on with that, and she gets knocked out, and then she's taken onto the First Order ship. Interrogated, but he can't get through to her because she's so powerful in the Force. So then going back to the planet, they meet up with Leia, or General Leia, I should say. Meets Han Solo again for the first time in a long time, and you realize that Kylo Ren is her son, which is pretty cool and pretty crazy in a way. So we learn that, and then she believes there is hope that he could be turned back to the light, similar to how it was in Return of the Jedi when Luke was talking to Leia about his father can be turned back to the light side. So I think there definitely be something in the last movie, Episode 9. Definitely think that there could be something similar to Return of the Jedi in that, because they already hinted about it a lot. There's a lot of hints in this one to Return to the original series, and then kind of the prequels a little bit with the lightsaber. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So Rey, this is probably one of my funniest parts of the movie. Rey's like tries to use some Jedi mind tricks. I guess she has a good knowledge of the Force. Like she heard all the stuff by the Force, so she tried doing a Jedi mind trick. First, it doesn't work, but then she really tries, and the First Order trooper ends up letting her go. And then the First Order trooper's walking. I'm like, "You'll drop your gun too," and he drops the gun. "You will drop your gun." And she drops the gun and he walks out. Everyone was laughing at that. That was a great scene. That was a funny scene. And then I believe this is the part where they blew up, or this is I think I missed that part. This is where they turn on their show off new machine. It's like a Nazi Germany era where they had all the troops lined up. I think Commander Supreme Leader Snoke was given a speech. I think it was not Supreme Leader Snoke, was it? I'm not too sure. Or no, it was General Hux. It was General Hux that was talking to all the troops, and they tested their weapon, which is it uses energy from the sun to power a weapon, and then they blow up. They test it and they blow up like 7 or 8, 9, maybe possibly different planets. It's insane how many blow up in a show scene where people are on the planet and you see a big giant red beam coming out and then everything's gone. And then it pans back to like where the planets are, individual planets, and you just see them getting ripped apart. It was a very, very intense scene. Definitely shows how powerful they become. But that was definitely, there's a lot of crazy things that happened in this movie. Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna repost this on Twitter. Oh, I can't wait. I'm really excited to see it again because I think I missed some stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing it again. Okay. Then, okay, here we get to the good part. I think I'm missing a big chunk, but I'm not sure. R2-D2 is not functioning ever since something happened to Luke, and then he hasn't been working on low power for all those years, so he hasn't really been functioning. And you see C3PO's like he's been a long time since he's been himself. So, and he also, which I'll explain later, is he holds the final part to the puzzle of where Luke is. Okay, so then they go rescue. They're trying to rescue Rey. So they go into the base. They really don't have a plan. This is Finn thinks the Force is like some magical thing, and Han Solo makes some funny remarks. And then they go. Rey's actually taking care of herself. She actually escaped herself, and she's the reason why they found her. Han Solo tells Finn to turn around. She's like climbing up because she had to hide there because there's First Order troops coming in every direction. So she jumped down like this kind of pit, kind of like the Death Star pit kind of thing, and she was hanging onto the wall, and she was hiding. So they ended up rescuing her, and then they're trying. The attack on the base did not go too well. Pretty much I think everybody but Poe was killed. I think Poe's the only survivor. But Chewie and Han were putting explosives all around where the things are taking place. They only had maybe 10 minutes until that 2 goes off and they destroy the main planet of where their station, which is where Mos Kanata is, and that's where the whole Leia is, C-3PO, R2-D2, that's where they all are. So if they would have succeeded in that, they all would have been completely wiped out. So they're trying to sabotage, and then you see Kylo Ren walking out. There's like a big giant hole, and there's like a big like platform coming out here. He's walking out that way, and then Han Solo follows him out there onto the platform and trying one last time to turn him back to the light, and he almost gets it. He put his mask down to the ground. He hands Han his lightsaber, but then keeps going back and forth between good and evil, and ends up stabbing Han, and then he pushes Han into the pit, and Han Solo was killed in Episode 7. So that was probably one of the most dramatic scenes I've ever seen in Star Wars. This fact of growing up from 5, watching the original trilogy, then watching Episode 1 through 3, then watching them a million times after that. It was one of the craziest death scenes I've ever seen. Not only Star Wars, but any movie. So he's dead. Chewbacca just goes berserk and starts killing everybody. They end up escaping. They're running into the forest, and that's where they see Kylo Ren. Then, okay, I can't talk now. Finn has the lightsaber, and Rey gets like choked and thrown into a tree. She gets knocked out, so he battles Kylo Ren with Luke's old lightsaber because Kylo Ren wants Luke's old lightsaber because I guess he's a Darth Vader freak. And also, I forgot to add, Kylo Ren is his uncle is Darth Vader, so he's related to Luke Skywalker's his uncle, and then it's Han and Leia's son, which turned to the dark side. Also, he was an apprentice of Luke too, but I failed, and that's why he went into hiding. I forgot that whole part. And how I know all this is I just got home from the movie and I just saw it now, maybe a half hour ago. So that's where I get my information from. still trying to get everything in it. I'm also wondering too how she originally got the lightsaber. I think we'll find that out in episode 8. Definitely looking forward to that. So then they're battling. It doesn't go too well. Finn gets stabbed in the arm. Still fights like a maniac. I think Kylo Ren gets stabbed in the arm too, or something like happens like that. Then eventually, Finn gets stabbed or hit up the back or something like that, and he gets knocked out. And then Kylo Ren's about to do the Force and get the lightsaber, and guess who appears? Rey. Uses a lightsaber, flies right past him, and she goes freaking berserk on him, using some Force powers. That was crazy. I think she ends like cutting the lightsaber in half and like stabbing him in the arm and leg or something like that. They would have killed him. Rey would have killed him, but the ground collapsed and split him apart, and then she ended up going away. And then, at the very end of the movie, they come back to the base with Maz Kanata and Princess Leia, or General Leia and C-3PO and them. R2-D2 comes back to life. They find a party, they hug because they find out that Leia has like a Force feeling, like similar to how in The New Hope Obi-Wan Kenobi had, or Ben Kenobi had a feeling that all the people died. She had the same feeling because she has the powers too. She got the sense that he was killed, and he realized that. So Rey gives her a hug. So it will not be, and then they go off to find Luke. They find a missing puzzle piece, and the very last scene is her meeting with Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is in the movie. He has no lines. It's a pretty epic scene, and the last thing you see is her hitting his old lightsaber, which was in The New Hope, and what's it called? Episode 5 or episode 5. When he lost it in Cloud City. Well, I'm gonna mind blank. There's like so much information in my head right now. Empire Strikes Back, which belonged to Luke and Anakin. So Luke ended up getting his old lightsaber back, which he lost facing Darth Vader, and also when he found out that he was his father. So that's the end of that. Luke is in it at the very end, and he turns around. They filmed that part in Ireland. I think they filmed it once, and they had to go back and refilm something. Not sure what, but it was a pretty incredible movie. So I hope you guys definitely enjoyed my. That was a lot of information to give out. It only took 22 minutes. That's not bad. I don't know if I missed anything, but it was pretty incredible, I gotta say. Definitely really happy I saw it. I can't wait to see it again. I am pumped to see it again. Great video. I definitely recommend it. So there's that. So definitely, I can't wait for episode 8. We have to wait 2 more years, guys. It's episode 8. I don't think I can do it. But that's a long time away. Hopefully it'll go fast. Who knows what will happen in 2 years? I'll be 20. I think I'll be 23. Yeah, I'll be 20. Yeah, I'll be 23. Depending on when it comes out, I'll be 23. That's crazy. So I grew up watching Star Wars. I remember going to see it with my dad. Phantom Menace. Well, before that, I watched all 4, 5, and 6. But then I watched in the movies The Phantom Menace with my dad. It was pretty crowded. I was only 4, but I ended up leaving early. We didn't end up seeing the whole movie. Of course, I'd end up seeing it later. But no, Jar Jar Binks did not scare me away. It was cool because we had kids behind us that were my age when I originally saw the first one. So that's pretty cool, though. How all these years later, things are exactly still the same. Kind of similar to how I was when I grew up and I was their age. So that's pretty cool. But there's a lot of crazy people there. It was so much fun. And definitely very excited to see it again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This review / spoiler / how I feel about it. Definitely a crazy movie. Definitely recommend it. I'm very excited again, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the movie. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching.